Hello and welcome here. Do you ever feel a quiet unease settling in even when life is seemingly calm? A gentle whisper that tells you something is missing, a sense that you are safe but not truly alive. It is the silent ache of a soul that knows it was made for more than just comfort. It is the subtle, creeping realization that the walls you built to protect yourself have slowly, imperceptibly become your prison. It is the call of your own becoming. Today, we will walk through this feeling together. We will speak of the beautiful, dangerous trap of the comfort zone, and how the fastest way to diminish a spirit, including your own, is to let it remain there, unchallenged and unchanged. The truth is, a life lived entirely within the familiar is a life half. Lived, your potential does not reside in the harbor. It waits for you out on the open. Your comfort zone is a place where your dreams go to die, not because they are impossible, but because they are never pursued. It is a garden with no seasons, where nothing ever blossoms, because the risk of a frost is deemed too great. It is a room with a beautiful view, but the door has been locked for so long you've forgotten it was ever meant to be opened. The comfort zone promises stability, but it delivers stagnation. It whispers sweet. Staying there is like reading the first chapter of a magnificent book over and over, too afraid to turn the page and see what wonders await. The most dangerous lies are the ones that feel like shelter, and the most pervasive of these is the belief that safety is the highest goal of a human life. It is not. The highest goal is to become who you are, and that becoming happens at the edge of your comfort, where your current self ends and your future self begins. They love the version of you that they know, the predictable you, the you that does not challenge their own sense of order. But true love does not chain you to the shore. True love builds you a stronger ship and wishes you a grand voyage. The fastest way to ruin someone is to shield them from every struggle. It is to praise their stagnation as stability. It is to agree with their excuses and to validate their fears. It is to love them so cautiously that to do this to yourself is the ultimate betrayal. Be wary of the comfort offered by others if it requires you to stay small. The warmth of their approval is a poor substitute for the light of your own soul. The relationships that heal you are not the ones that keep you comfortable, but the ones that make you brave. They do not build your walls higher, they hand you a hammer and help you tear them down. They see the giant within you even when you only see the part of you. Anyone who encourages you to avoid discomfort is, perhaps unknowingly, encouraging you to avoid growth. They are asking you to trade the vastness of your becoming for the smallness of their peace of mind. Seek out those who are not afraid of your light, those who are not intimidated by your growth, those who celebrate your courage to step into the unknown. Their presence is a gift, but the absence of such people is not an excuse. You cannot wait for a cheering crowd to take your first step out of the familiar. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with the voice inside you that whispers. More, listen to it. It is the truest compass you will ever own. The universe buries strange jewels within us all, and then stands back to see if we can find them. The digging is the work of discomfort. The soil is the challenge. The treasure is the person you become, and every time you choose safety over growth, you feed those ghosts. They grow stronger, their whispers of regret louder, until they threaten to become the only voice you can hear. Do not let this happen. Do not let the fear of a temporary storm cause you to abandon the entire ocean. The pain of growth is temporary. The pain of regret is eternal. The comfort zone is a debt that accrues interest every single day. The longer you stay, and the currency is not money, it is time, it is potential, it is joy. The price of security is often the very freedom you sought to protect. You think you are protecting yourself from failure, but you are really protecting yourself from life. You think you are avoiding pain, but you are merely choosing a different kind of pain, the dull, chronic ache of an unlived life. Every great story ever told is a story of someone leaving their comfort zone. Every hero, every innovator, every artist who ever moved the world did so by taking a step into the frightening, uncertain, and magnificent unknown. Your life is your story. Do not let its defining theme be caution. Let it be courage. Let it be the tale of someone who was afraid but did it anyway. That is the only story worth telling. The more you expand your comfort zone, the smaller the world of fear becomes. You are trying to make your courage bigger than your fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the judgment that something else is more important than fear, that something else is your growth. It is your soul's purpose. It is the life that is waiting for you to claim it. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. It won't. It is a companion to every brave journey. Learn to walk with it. Learn to listen to its warnings without obeying its commands. If these words are finding a home in your heart, perhaps you'll consider liking this video and subscribing. It helps this space of quiet reflection reach others who may need it. Your support allows these messages of growth and healing to continue, and I am deeply grateful for it. Now let us continue our journey inward. Think of a seed. A seed is perfectly safe in its packet. It is dry, protected, and stable, but it is not alive. For the seed to become what it is meant to be, a flower, a tree, it must be buried in the dark earth. It must break itself open. It must be destroyed as a seed to be reborn as a plant. It must struggle through the soil, pushing against resistance, reaching for a light it has never seen. That process is not comfortable. It is a violent, beautiful, necessary transformation. You are that. It is inviting you to break open, to struggle, to reach, to become. Do not refuse the invitation because you are afraid of the dark. The darkness is where all new life begins. Stagnation feels like peace, but it is a silent form of decay. A pond with no inlet or outlet becomes stagnant. It becomes murky, lifeless. A mind, a soul, a life with no new experiences, no new challenges, meet new people. Be a river, not a pond. A river is constantly moving, constantly changing, constantly alive. It carves new paths through the landscape. It weathers stones. It supports life. Be the river. The person you are today is a result of all the times you've stepped out of your comfort zone in the past. The person you will be tomorrow depends on whether you are willing to do it again today. Growth is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice. The path of growth is filled with uncertainty. The path of safety is filled with regret. Choose wisely. Your ancestors survived ice ages, famines, and migrations. They crossed oceans in wooden boats. They built civilizations from dust. The blood of survivors, explorers, and creators flows in your veins. Do not dishonor that legacy by choosing a life that is merely comfortable. You were built for challenge. Your resilience is deeper than you know. Your strength is greater than you have been told. The comfort zone is an insult to your spirit. It assumes you are too fragile to handle the world. It assumes you are too weak to bear the weight of your own becoming. Prove it wrong every single day. The universe does not reward those who play it safe. It rewards those who are brave. It conspires in favor of when you take a risk, when you step into the unknown, you are signaling to the world that you are ready for the next level of your own evolution. And the world will respond. It will bring you the lessons, the people, and the opportunities you need to grow, but you must take the first step. You must open the door. The world can't enter a room that is sealed shut. Do not mistake pleasure for happiness. The comfort zone is filled with pleasures, but genuine, lasting happiness is forged in the fires of challenge. It is the deep satisfaction that comes from overcoming an obstacle. It is the quiet pride of knowing you faced your fear and did not back down. It is the joy of discovering a new strength within yourself. This kind of happiness cannot be found in comfort. It must be earned. The more you surround yourself with the familiar, the more you fear the walls of your comfort zone are not built of brick and mortar. They are built of your habits. Every time you choose the same path, the same meal, the same opinion, you add another brick to the wall. Break your routines. Deliberately choose the unfamiliar. Take a different route home. Read a book on a subject you know nothing about. Listen to music you think you don't like. Talk to a stranger. Each small act of breaking a pattern is an act of liberation. The goal is not to live a life free of pain. The goal is to live a life so meaningful that the pain is worth it. Meaning is found in purpose, in connection, in contribution, in growth. None of these can be fully experienced from a place of comfort. Meaning requires that you risk your heart. It requires that you try and possibly fail. It requires that you care about something more than your own safety. Find what you are willing to suffer for. That it cares about expansion. It cares about expression. It cares about experience. It is constantly nudging you towards the things that will make you grow, even if they scare you. Your anxiety, your boredom, your restlessness. These are not enemies to be medicated or distracted away. They are messages from your soul. They are telling you that you have stayed in one place for too long. They are asking you to move. The quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably live with. The masters of life are not those who have eliminated uncertainty, but those who have learned to dance with it. They have learned to find their stability not in the external world, but in their own internal center. They have made peace with the unknown, and in doing so they have become free. This is your task, to find your center in the midst of change. When you avoid difficult conversations, you are choosing comfort over connection. When you avoid giving honest feedback, you are choosing comfort over growth. When you avoid setting boundaries, you are choosing comfort over self-respect. So many of our relationship problems stem from this single source: the choice of short-term comfort over long-term health. Be brave enough to have the hard conversations. Be kind enough to be honest. Be strong. And love is the ultimate act of leaving the comfort zone. The fear of failure is one of the strongest bars on the cage of comfort. We are taught to see failure as an end, as a mark of shame. This is a profound misunderstanding. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. It is a lesson. It is feedback. It is a redirection. The only true failure is the failure to try. The person who tries and fails is infinitely wiser and stronger than the person who is too afraid to try at all. Reframe your relationship with failure. See it as your teacher. Welcome it as a sign that you are pushing your limits. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Remember this. Do not allow the fear of what others might think to keep you imprisoned. Their opinions are a reflection of their own fears. Living your life based on the imagined judgment of others is the definition of a wasted life. You are the only one who has to live with your choices. You are the only one who will feel the sting of your regrets. Make choices that your future self will thank you for. Your future self is not hoping you played it safe. Your future self is hoping you were brave. They are hoping you took the risks, loved deeply, and lived fully. Because your sense of self is built on a stable, unchanging environment, you become terrified of anything that might disrupt it. You become brittle. When life inevitably brings a storm, you shatter. A resilient identity is forged in the fires of change and challenge. It is an identity that is fluid, adaptable, and strong. It is a sense of self that is not dependent on external circumstances. This is the identity you build when you repeatedly step out of your comfort zone. You learn through experience that you are more capable than you believed. You learn that you can fall and get back up. You learn that you can be scared and still act. You build a foundation of self-trust that is unshakable. That is the real safety you are looking for. It is not found in a padded room. It is found in the heart of a warrior. Your body understands this. The muscle fibers tear, and in repairing themselves, they grow back stronger. This is the law of life. Stress plus rest equals growth. If you only rest, you atrophy. If you only stress, you burn out. The key is the rhythm, the dance between challenge and recovery. Your mind, your emotions, and your spirit work in the same way. You need challenges that stretch you, followed by periods of rest and integration to absorb. It is a recipe for atrophy of the soul. Embrace healthy stress. Embrace the challenges that make you stronger. Do not be afraid of the tearing. It is how you rebuild yourself, more powerful than before. Think about the last time you felt truly, exhilaratingly alive. Was it when you were sitting on the couch watching a familiar show? Or was it when you were facing a challenge, when you were learning a new skill, when you were traveling? The moments that make us feel most alive are almost always on the other side of fear. They are found at the edge of our comfort. The price of admission to a truly vibrant life is the willingness to be uncomfortable. Pay the price. It is worth it. One of the greatest illusions of the comfort zone is the belief that you can control life. By keeping everything the same, by avoiding risks, you feel a sense of control. But this is a fantasy. Life is by its very nature. To resist this is to resist reality itself. It is a fight you can never win. The alternative is to surrender. To surrender not in defeat, but in wisdom. To surrender to the flow of life. To accept that you cannot control the winds, but you can learn to adjust your sails. This surrender is not passive. It is an active, courageous engagement with life as it is. It is the realization that true power lies not in, and this can only be learned by navigating the unpredictable waters outside the harbor. Let go of the need for guarantees. There are none. The path is not clear. The outcome is not certain. This is not a problem. This is the adventure. The beauty of the journey is that you do not know where it will lead. The magic is in the discovery. If you knew every step of the way, there would be no joy in the walking. Embrace the mystery. Let your life be willing to be surprised. Your heart knows the way, even if your mind cannot see the map. Trust its wisdom. It speaks in the language of excitement, of fear, of longing. It pulls you towards the experiences you need for your own evolution. The mind will argue for safety. It will make lists of all the things that could go wrong. That is its job. Your job is to listen to both, but to let your heart have the final say. Your heart is the compass. True comfort is not the absence of challenge. It is a deep internal sense of okayness regardless of external circumstances. It is the peace that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws at you. This is the comfort you should be seeking. It is a portable home that you carry within yourself. It cannot be taken from you. It is not dependent on a specific place, a specific person, or a specific outcome. To build this inner home, you must be your own hero. The comfort zone promises a home, but it offers you only a temporary, fragile shelter. The real work is to build your home within. Then you will be comfortable everywhere. You will be free. What is one small thing you could do today to step out of your comfort zone? You don't need to make a giant leap. A small step is enough. The direction is more important than the speed. Maybe it's making that phone call. Maybe it's just saying yes to an invitation you would normally decline. Maybe it's sharing a piece of your art or your writing with someone. Choose one small act of courage and then do it. Feel the fear and feel the aliveness that comes after. This is how you begin. One small step at a time, you are building a new muscle. You are forging a new pathway in your brain. You are teaching yourself through action that you are capable of more. And tomorrow you can take another not through one grand heroic act, but through 1,000 small acts of daily courage. Be patient with yourself. This is not a race. There will be days when you step back into safety. That is okay. Do not judge yourself. Simply notice it with compassion, and when you are ready, take another step forward. The path of growth is not a straight line. It is a spiral. You will revisit old fears and old patterns. Every person you admire has faced their own version of this struggle. Every soul on this planet is engaged in this dance between fear and growth. We are all in this together. When you choose courage, you give others permission to do the same. Your bravery is a gift to the world. It creates a ripple of possibility that you cannot even imagine. So what is the fastest way to ruin someone? Let them stay in their comfort zone. Let them believe that safety is more important. It is to recognize this trap for what it is. It is to consciously, deliberately, and consistently choose the path of courage. It is to embrace discomfort as the price of a life fully lived. It is to decide that you would rather have a life of oh wells than a life of what ifs. It is to honor the fire in your soul and to give it the world to burn in. Your life is a precious, finite, and sacred. Do not waste it by living in a small corner of the vast and beautiful world that is available to you. The world within you and the world without, both are waiting to be explored. The doors are not locked. You are holding the key. It has been in your hand all along. Its name is choice. Choose growth, choose adventure, choose love, choose life. Choose right now in this moment to take one small step towards the person you were always meant to become. You will see that every challenge was a blessing, every fear a teacher, every step into the unknown a step closer to home. The home that is your true self, whole, brave, and magnificently, beautifully alive. I hope these words have brought you a measure of peace. Thank you for being here. Until next time.